All right, could I see the parties on Daniel Guerrero, please? Hi. We were so busy this morning, but I remember this case now.
This one.
All right. So Ms. Abrams?
Yes, sir.
On this case, probation, you are requesting or have no objection to early termination?
Yes.
And I know the state is in objection to it, but I do remember this case. This is a case that started out as a burglary habitation. Then it was reduced to criminal trespass. And it was this defendant going over to the home to check on the welfare of his sibling.
This one.
All right, so this is what, and I know, I remember your case so well, and I remember telling you, I understand the reason you did what you did, but you're not supposed to do that. So you're still not to have any contact with your brother-in-law. I don't suggest you do that. You understand? And my understanding, he's completed everything.
This one.
What have you learned?
I went through the anger management course. Obviously, I learned to know my emotions a little bit better.
Mhm.
And obviously they try to teach you to think before you act. So that's obviously the key to the actions that happen. So
All right, and I'll tell you something else. I imagine it's hard if you have a family member, you think maybe they're being abused by their significant other, whoever it is, you don't think things through, you don't ask questions, your immediate reactions, let me storm over there and check on them. So regardless of whether there has been some type of violence in the past between the parties, you're gonna have to learn to realize that those are relationships. Sometimes you don't know everything that's going on in the household, and then you end up with a criminal case.
Yes.
But at the time, I was wondering why the state was reducing a burglary of a habitation to a criminal trespass. And then when I read everything, I understood why the offer was being made as it was made and why it was being reduced from burglary of habitation to a criminal trespass. And then I understand now why the reason you're asking for early termination.
This one.
He's completed everything. I haven't received a report from probation that there has been any violations. So I'm gonna grant it.
Thank you.
Although I must say this, counsel,
This one. I'll fix it.
if you'll change that. Yes,
And first row, la primera fila. first-
I'm sorry, what?
second row, from that side, second row.
Okay, thank you. If you could give that to me, Miss Abrams, I'll sign it. She has one, counsel.
Okay.
I'll just sign that one.
Yeah, I was looking at it. And
Okay. All right, thank you.
it was in the motion, just not in the order, Judge.
Okay. Oh, probation has one, so I'll just sign that one.
Okay, no problem.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
The only time I should see you back here is if you're just coming in to say hello.
yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's here on Jesse Garcia? And if you have your client come forward. So on Mr. Garcia. All right, do you have the CPS records?
Just has more discoveries for this. There was an issue with some demon going out finally from the last one, but it has gone out properly now this week. Hoping that it can come in. We're gonna take one additional setting special. It's ready to switch out.
And is that the only outstanding discovery?
Unless there's
I think that was it, Judge.
All right. And if this were going to trial, how long would it last?
more 3 days away.
3 days? All right, Norma,
Yes, sir.
set this for a plea deadline date and jury trial in July, please.
July, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I can do July first.
July when?
First,
No,
how about the 15th?
yes, let's do July 15th.
Yes, sir.
Judge, is there a deadline on when I have to get me the CPS records?
All right, states, you need to have the CPS records in June.
Sure.
If they're not there, they will not be used unless it's exculpatory. All right, thank you. Who is here on Jordan Armstead?
Ready, Robert?
All right, if you and your client will come forward.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. All right, so where are we on discovery?
I believe I have all discovery. I picked up a disc manual inquiry was made a couple weeks ago. I believe I have everything. I've conferred with Megan.
Mhm.
We provided her with the upfront class certificates and some mitigation evidence. She's going to tender an offer. If I could have just some time so I can explain the offer to him
Okay.
and.
And how much time are you requesting?
At least 3 weeks, and I believe he wants his family to be involved with.
Okay.
the
How old are
detail.
you? I'm sorry, how?
26.
All right.
And he doesn't have priors. He just wants a conversation with his parents involved.
All right, Norma, recall this for June 12th for disposition.
Couldn't see it in Valerie.
Oh, yeah. On this one, they're gonna return. We're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 6058, State versus Lindsay Hernandez. Can I have parties announced?
Renee Munoz on behalf of Ms. Hernandez.
And are you Miss Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and count two, you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, there's a $400 fine to be probated. State recommends deferred adjudication, and this will run concurrent with 718256. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years, that there be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, and felony drug court. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? To count two, guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
If we may, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor, briefly. I've come to know Ms. Hernandez over the last, a little bit over a year. We have been working through her case and she has been working through some issues. She has been present at all court proceedings. She does use the bus for transportation, so not always precisely on time, but she has made some great efforts and strides. There was a pre-screening done with the help of this honorable court to see about potential eligibility for felony drug court. I'm happy to announce that she did meet with felony drug court, and they stated that she does meet criteria to obtain services with them. I do have that document. I did show it to the state. May I attend it to Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
In discussing the felony drug court program with my client, I believe that she can greatly benefit from it. She's willing to undergo all conditions of said program, even if that entails inpatient treatment, if deemed necessary by the felony drug court. So we're asking that the court follow this agreement for the deferred adjudication with the condition of felony drug court, and she's willing and able to engage in that program, Your Honor.
All right, and I know felony drug court may be at capacity, so you'll have to reach out to them.
Yes, Your Honor. I can definitely reach out to Ms. Zamaron. I've been keeping in good contact with her when dealing with Ms. Lindsay Hernandez's case, so I'm hopeful that they have a spot for her there. But I would definitely give her any advice and guidance I can with the help of this court as well to make sure she gets the treatment that she needs.
Judge, may I?
Yes.
I was in contact with felony drug court this morning. They are accepting her case on Friday.
All right, awesome.
Thank you.
All right, that is a very good program.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, referral to felony drug court. The court will note that you've been accepted. This is be concurrent with County Court Cause number 718256. There's a $400 fine that will be probated. There's to be field visits once a month until she is actually in felony drug court. Proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Do you have any children?
Yes,
And what are their ages?
10 and 10 up and 20.
All right, there's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. Once she completes parenting classes, those community service hours will be deemed satisfied. All right, so we're off the record. Felony Drug Court is a great program. It's a tough program, but they will help you and help you maintain your sobriety, but they can only help you if you want to be helped.
Yes.
I will tell you what I tell everybody else. When you graduate, notice I said when, not if. Right? When you graduate, if I'm in town, I always get the notice of when the graduations are. I'll come down and see you graduate.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, all right, let me go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 011808, State versus Theresa Frias. Could I have parties announced?
Andrew Harrison. Renee Munoz on behalf of Ms. Frias.
And are you Ms. Frias?
Yes.
All right. So defense has filed a motion for a bond. His client is entitled to a bond because it's a deferred adjudication. State, I see written that you all are recommending or agreed to a $5,000 bond. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, State, you may be excused. All right, Ms. Frias, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Theresa Frias.
All right, so the questions I'm going to ask you, I'm asking these questions so I can figure out what conditions would best serve you so that you can be successful while you're on bond. So the first thing, have you ever had any type of mental health diagnosis in the past?
No.
Right, have you ever been on any type of medications for mental health?
I'm on medication right now
For mental health?
for anxiety.
Okay. And then in the past, have you ever used any type of controlled substance?
Yes.
All right. And what type of substances?
Marijuana and meth.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to set the bond at $5,000. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. There's to be a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. And there is to be 60 sober meetings in 60 days. And Ms. Ferguson, on this case, I need this set for a contested hearing in 20 days, please. All right, so your contested hearing will be June 10th. If it turns out it's not contested counsel, then it won't be contested.
Yes, Your Honor. Duly noted.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who's here on Lori Ann Valdez? All right, counsel, where are we on discovery?
I have discovery on the case I was originally appointed on, which ends in 019. 005187. I was just appointed on the second case to take over from Hector Garza today.
Okay,
I'll request discovery this afternoon. Should see it. I'm going to meet with my client on Sunday afternoon. Wanted to see if we could come back Tuesday or Wednesday. I have an offer that may result in.
all right. So we can bring you back on Tuesday, the 27th?
It's fine.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, Lori Valdez recalled for May 27th for disposition.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a seat, ma'am.
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 003665 State versus Richard Anthony Mermea. Can I have parties announced?
Pertaining to the state of Texas.
I'm a reporter for Mr. Mermea.
And are you Mr. Mermea?
Mermea.
All right, so you entered into a plea on May 19th of no contest. According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Just one moment. Yes. All right, so was your client able to get in touch with behavioral health? I know you were in trial.
No, Judge, I have not had the opportunity. I've been in trial.
Okay. All right,
It was actually reset for today too, because they were gonna have a,
We also had set it up today because the victim indicated Monday when it was made that he wanted to commit a next statement, but unfortunately he didn't show up, so we're just gonna proceed without him.
all right. So the reason why I wanted him to speak with behavioral health, it appears that there are some mental health issues that are going on. Both of you all have talked to me about the home situation and everything that's going on with that. So what are you all suggesting so that he can be successful as far as conditions? I know this is between two brothers where everybody lives at the mom's house or the grandmother's house and brings problems with them. Well, I will tell you, the mental health court, if you all want to see if mental health court will take him, I will go ahead and sentence him today. We can do a referral to mental health court. If they accept him, they only do pretrial diversions. You can let them know that I've said that if they accept them, you can file a motion for new trial. And if the state has no objection to your motion for new trial, I'll grant it. And he'll be in the mental health court.
okay.
Probation, what do you suggest? Okay. All right, we're gonna go off the, we're gonna go off the record for a moment. Let me ask you, we're back on the record. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So,
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Richard Anthony Mermea,
All right, so how old are you?
25, gonna be 26.
So tell me about yourself. Have you had any mental health treatment?
Been on mental health treatment since elementary school through the current years.
Okay, and do you know what for?
ADHD, bipolar, schizoaffective disorder, PTSD.
All right, and was Child Protective Services ever involved in your life? So you're staying with your mom or your grandmother?
Staying with my grandmother.
And how long have you been staying there?
I had just got out from essentially staying about a good 8 months ago. I stayed there for a good 8 months. I stayed there out there in the field for 8 months and then I came back.
Okay, and what is your source of income?
I need to go find employment.
Okay. Have you ever received any type of SSI or anything on that?
I have received disability before. We're trying to get that back. My grandparents are trying to work on that.
All right, do you have any children? Okay. All right, any suggestions, Ms. Abrams?
Don't have any other.
All right, this is a suggestion I have. Let's see how long it takes because a MIC evaluation will definitely take longer than a referral to mental health court. Let me place him on probation, have him do the mental health court evaluation. I'll sign that today. And Mr. Porter, if you can go across the hall or speak with Ms. Ferguson to see how soon they can get that done and let them know that if he is accepted, we will do a motion for new trial. It appears that the state is not going to be objecting to the motion for new trial. And then they will be able to give him the services that he needs.
And Judge, I can ask for an expedited MIC evaluation. I just don't know how quickly
Okay.
that could be done.
All right, so we'll do, I tell you what, we'll do the MIC evaluation and a referral to mental health court.
Is it like a facility or is it a clinic?
No, the MIC evaluation will be done at the jail.
Okay.
We'll recall you back in 2 weeks. But if everything is done before 2 weeks, we'll have you back before then. So the MIC is a mental health caseload. You're out and about in the free world, but there is a specific probation officer who has been qualified or certified to work with people who have mental health issues. The mental health court is not with probation. It's a court. And in that court, again, you're out and about and they help you with getting a case manager to address your mental health issues.
I think I've been to this before, mental health court.
Okay. All right. So what yes. Well, let's see. Well, they have to do the mental health evaluation first. So we'll see how the MIC evaluation goes. We'll see how it goes over there. And we'll recall it in 2 weeks. So these are gonna be your conditions. 6 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine probated. Affirmative finding of family violence. For now, I'll do the no contact with Darrell, Darrel, Mermea. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 60 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. No unsupervised contact or residing with minors. There's going to be 100 hours of community service restitution. Once he completes anger management, that will be deemed satisfied. In custody, there will be a MIC evaluation, a referral to mental health court, and a TAP evaluation. Follow all recommendations. And field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Off the record, Norm, I need a 2-week reset date.
Yes.
And you can put it in there as a status for mental health court.
Yes, ma'am, I can do it on the.
Which one do you prefer?
June 3rd.
Third.
All right, so we're gonna be back on June 3rd. And Mr. Porter, if you'll let them know, because sometimes they will say they're not accepted because they're on probation, let them know we'll do a motion for new trial. All right, we'll see you back on June 3rd. James Cody Davis. Hello.
Hi, Jen.
All right. So on this case, counsel, there was a plea deadline date and cause number 2024 CR 012793. So then there is a new case 2025 CR 006038 for unauthorized use of a vehicle. So where are we?
I hate to admit being confused on the cases he has, but that's it. I conferred with the district attorney, Ms. Megan, brought that offer to my client, who says no. He wants a bond reduction. He wants me to remove myself
All
from his
right.
case.
So with regards to a bond reduction, there's an affidavit to surrender surety because they said that you were not complying with your bond agreement with them and that you were in the Bexar County Jail because you picked up a new case. So what I can tell you is legally, when you pick up a new case, the court does not have to give you a bond. All right. So where we are now is you had a plea deadline date on March 31st. So you can confer with your attorney. If you want to accept the plea bargain agreement that's given to you, the court will accept it today. If you do not wish to accept that, then what's going to happen is this is going to be set for jury trial. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you're going to be pleading open to the court. And what I can tell you, your jury trial will be set no later than the first week in June. So you can discuss that with your attorney. All right, so if you all will discuss that and come back. Thank you.
Okay, I have to push him to James Cody Davis.
Well, Mr. Davis needs to be brought back out here.
Bruce Lee wanted back out here.
Yes, I do. All right,
Bring him out?
yes.
There we are already.
Let me see the file on this case, please.
It ought to be 2 files now.
All right. Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir.
All right, so here's the thing. Whatever agreement you all are able to come up with, that's whatever agreement you all are able to come up with. Now, I understand that sometimes people will look at cases differently. And when they look at them, they think it's the range of punishment is something else. But then when they discover that there are enhancements involved, then your range of punishment increases. So on each of these cases, they are proceeding on you as a habitual. So normally where your range of punishment may be at a state jail level, it is not when you're being habitualized.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when it's a habitual in the count, for example, this unauthorized use of a vehicle, normally that's a state jail felony, 180 days, up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. That's normally what the range of punishment is. But Texas has enacted through the legislature that if somebody has been to prison before or has previous felony convictions, their range of punishment can be enhanced. What does that mean? That means that even though technically and legally it's a state jail felony, you're not at state jail felony punishment. Do you understand?
I understand it totally, Your Honor.
So here's the thing. The state has made an offer. Do you know what the state's offer is? That's either yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state, your offer that you have made to Mr. Davis, is that your final offer?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so just 1 second. State, do you have any plans on changing whatever offer you made to him?
No, Judge.
All right, so they're saying that their offer won't be changed. So whatever offer they made you, that is the offer. Yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to get something straight because last time I got 2 6s concurrent. I signed 2 6s concurrent, but I picked up a case after the first one. I did 6 years, 10.5 months flat.
Mhm.
Right? So they're offering me a 4.
No, I don't want to know what they're offering you.
Well, I got 2 charges. I just got this other charge. I've had the first charge since September, right?
So what are you saying? You don't think you're?
I got 2, they won't give me my back time when I get to TDC.
Well, let me just tell you.
So
they're
I'll do
not-
4 years,
Let me
9.5
just tell
months.
you, they are not in charge of whether you get your back time or not. I'm in charge of that. And what I can tell you is put on your listening ears. Take a deep breath. All right, take another deep breath. This is what I want you to hear. If these cases were pending and you were not on bond for these cases, right? If they're pending and there's a warrant out for you on these cases and you didn't make bond on these cases and you're sitting in custody, you receive credit for that. That's the way credit goes. And legally, that's what you're entitled to. Now, somebody else will calculate your time. I'm not in charge of calculating your time. What ends up happening is I just will tell you, you get credit for any time served that you have been in custody on these cases. Then the clerks will calculate that time. If you believe that time is incorrect, there is a legal process where somebody else will look at it to see if it is correct. And if they say it's correct, then it's correct.
I understand everything you're saying. It's a totally 100% correct. But when I get down there, they're gonna start from my most recent one. So that's only 2 months back time. I got 8 months back time, 9 months back time on the other one. I'm not gonna see any of that. I'm gonna end up doing 4 years.
Well, so this is
4.5 months.
I don't think you're hearing me. So this is what I want you to understand.
They can't give me that back time.
I'm not in charge of that. The state is not in charge of giving you your time. They can't say, I'm giving you this time. I legally will pass a sentence on you're getting credit for time that you've been in custody. When you go back to prison, if that's what agreement you worked out with the state, then the prison authorities are going to give you whatever time they deem you're supposed to get. If you don't think it's correct, what you're going to end up doing, an attorney may do it or you may do it, you're going to file a motion saying, I'm not getting appropriate credit. Then what will end up happening, it'll come back to the powers that will be, which will be this court, and I will receive notice from admin saying, we've recalculated the time is correct, or either they're going to say, the time is incorrect and this is how much time you should have. And if they come back to me and say, this is the time that you should have, I will sign it and it will go to the prison authorities and they will give you that time. That's how that works.
I understand that. But I just got indicted yesterday on the most recent charge. I had time to even look at discovery, but I haven't been able to discuss discovery or any case of defense against any of my cases. And yesterday was the second time
Here's the thing, you're here.
I was ever offered anything the second
Here's the
time,
thing.
Your Honor.
You're here, he's here. Look at the file.
I mean, I wanna go to trial, but I can't. With
Okay.
him, I can't, he will not fight for me. I believe he's not gonna fight for me. I need proper counsel, Your Honor. I asked history, we've already, I'm trying to talk without cussing and getting,
No, you can, go ahead.
cause like, this is my life, right? And if I take it to trial, I'm facing 5 to 99. I know that I've already had affidavits put in, he won't turn it in. Right?
All right, so let me explain to you something about affidavits and the filing of affidavits. If these are affidavits from laypersons, that's not how it works at trial. They have to come in and testify.
Yeah, they're willing to do it.
All right, so then what will end up happening? Here's the thing, if you want to go to trial, guess what? In this court, you will get your jury trial. The jury will, if the jury find you not guilty, then they find you not guilty. If they find you guilty, you've already told me you're looking at 5 to 99 years or life in prison.
I'm not, but I don't have adequate counsel to go to trial.
All right, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to sit with your attorney. And I want you all to go over the state's file. And this is what I'm going to tell both parties. Using profanity and anger is a sign of people not being intelligent.
Yes, ma'am.
So everyone should treat everyone with respect. I don't care who you are, what you do for a living. So you both are going to go over there, okay? And then if there's an issue, Mr. Hyde, do you still wish to represent him? That's either yes or no.
Yes.
All right, then have you been going over the documents with him?
I gave him the police report of the latest case yesterday. I was just wanting to check if that was enough that you said he's talking about.
All right, so this is what I want you all to do. Sit over there, talk to each other, and then you can come back and talk to me. And if y'all cannot talk to each other civilly, then I'll go somewhere else. All right?
Okay.
So go over there, talk to each other civilly. All right, are you all ready on Cody Davis?
Yes, sir. You want me to bring them up?
Yes.
That's-
Yes.
Judge, I'm respectfully requesting just 1 week. I could get the evidence down this weekend and go over it with them on one day. And then we can decide what.
All right, state, are you keeping the offer open for the 1 week?
Sorry.
Yes, I already talked to the state.
Yes.
All right. So when are you asking it to be called back? The first week in June or next week?
Next week is fine,
All right, 27th or 29th?
the 29th.
All right. Ms. Ferguson Davis is going to come back on the 29th,
Thank you, Judge.
and that will be your final plea deadline date.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, man. I
You're welcome.
appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. It's nice to be appreciated. It's Friday, yay. Somebody won $3 million on the scratch off in San Antonio.
Really?
Yes, so after I finish with today's docket, you all will not see me again. So this is the day.
I would still come in, just be like, here, your door like that.
Yeah. Well, I'd wait until they took what they need to take from taxes. It's funny, I told my brothers, I said, you know, if I had no debt and I won $1 million and I actually got the full $1 million, and didn't have to pay taxes on it, I'm like, live off that the rest of my life. And you know what they said? No, you couldn't. Yeah, they're like, no.
Well,
You know, my dream, one of my dream jobs, I would love to open a bookstore.
oh,
Yeah. And I have an idea because people are like, oh, people don't go to bookstores anymore. But I have a business plan.
yeah.
And it would work.
Well, it's like, I like those old sites. I mean, I used to go to Barnes and Noble all the time.
Mhm.
And especially in law school, sit there, smell the coffee,
Oh, yeah.
work there and stuff. And it was probably, it's sort of like going to the gym. If I would work out at home, it's just not, if I go to the gym, I actually work out. It's sort of the same thing. If I stay at home, I really didn't do, if I go to the Starbucks or like the Barnes and Noble, I'd actually study.
I used to go a lot when I would take the bus. I would go to, you remember B. Dalton's and Walden Books?
Yeah, Walden,
So I would
I know
go
Walden
there,
Books really.
and then they closed those down, and then they opened up Books A Million. I really wasn't feeling Books A Million because it was more like a warehouse.
Yeah.
And because I used to work as a librarian, Books A Million, their books were so not in order, right? And I would have to put them in the proper place.
The whole place.
Yeah. And then, so I'm not looking for my books. I'm like, this is in the wrong section. This is not where it's supposed to be. And then I started going to Barnes and Noble. And one lady I met there, she used to work at B. Dalton in Walden's. And then she went there. And she said, Stephanie, you really should come and work here. And so the manager always tells me, you don't even have to be interviewed.
We got
you just,
that's
come, right?
hilarious.
But she worked there, and I forget how long she worked, and I don't know if they still have it, but Barnes and Noble, if you work there for a certain time period, they will give you airfare and hotel to anywhere in the world. And I think for like 10 days. And so she chose Italy.
Per year or?
No, it's not per year. I forget how many years you have to put in. And so she
crazy.
said she and her husband went to Italy, and she said they didn't tell me beforehand, but they give you some cash up front and they give you a per diem. And she said they had a limo pick her up, take her to the airport, and limo pick her up from the airport. I'm like, I didn't just work for Barnes and Noble because of this.
Well, I need a side job. I mean, that might be.
Well, I'm seriously thinking, because I do want to open a bookstore, but I may end up working for Barnes and Noble just to see how the business, like, how do you get your books in?
Yeah.
Because I keep telling people when I worked, in the library, those books, and even when you go to the bookstore, if you open the cover page, it will tell you if the cover is not on this book, it's been reported as destroyed, and the author got no royalties, right? So bookstores, what they do is when they can't sell books after a specific time, see, that's why I need to work at Barnes and Noble to know how long. After that, they have to take the book off the shelf and they have to destroy it.
Really?
And they don't send it to libraries. They tear off the cover.
I didn't know that.
And they're just in the back and you're just tearing off covers.
Really?
And then you're supposed to throw those books away.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Because you come across some of those books I was like, oh, what? That's weird. This is the
See, me, let me just tell you, when I was in school and we would have to read books for exam, I would read it from cover to cover. Even where it says the copyright, I'm like, they may ask for the copyright date on this exam. Let me be prepared.
It was me. It's a little different, but anytime when I was a kid, I didn't get I got a Nintendo, so I was like in the 8th grade by the time my parents would allow me to get like one of the game consoles, and it was a Nintendo. But every game I got, I get the game. I will put it in the game and turn it on. I'd read the instruction manual, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
All the way to the back. And some of those things were pretty thick. And my friends were like, I go, no, you gotta read.
See what's going on.
It was funny. I mean, they would get so aggravated with me. So
wow. Well, I must say, the first game I ever played was Mortal Kombat. I didn't read any of the rules. I'm like, let's fight.
that one's were like special. I'm going back to the like Nintendo baseball when it was like A and B and like.
Do you remember the tennis?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I remember all that stuff. My favorite was Excite Bike. And I remember when I was a kid, I remember at the arcade, it was this one with this little dirt bike. It's a very simple thing, but it was like, and I remember when I finally got that and got a Nintendo, that was the first game I got.
Oh yeah.
And I was so excited about that.
Oh man. See, young children will never know the joy of playing kickball. They don't even know how to do that anymore.
Oh, you know what? My little girl, they took like on Wednesday. Wednesday, they have a park right across from the school. They took all 80 fifth graders over there to play in the park. And they did kickball. And I go, did you play kickball? She's like, no, I don't like kickball. I go, Oh, you gotta play kickball. I go, that and dodgeball are the two, like, that's like passing the torch. Dodgeball is like the best because like, I mean, they don't play that
Oh,
anymore.
no. Dodgeball, I remember, I don't know why it would constantly make me laugh where Patches threw a wrench and somebody got hit with it. He's like, you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That was, I love that. That movie was just so over the top. That was comical.
But then after that movie came out, they started having dodgeball tournaments.
They used to play the place on I-10.
Mhm.
I didn't play,
Mhm.
but I went because I knew buddies and stuff, and we were all meeting over there to watch. I think it was called it's a car dealership now.
Mhm.
Dukes. It was called Dukes,
Mhm.
and they set up like 3 or 4 courts in there, and like they had dodgeball tournaments for like months and months. It was almost like pickleball. I mean,
See.
and then like obviously that got like the way of the dodo bird, but it was hilarious watching
Let me
this
just
stuff.
tell you, if they bring dodgeball to the Olympics, I want you all to be objective. What country would win? I know what we would hope, but we know that's not true.
I don't I don't know. Russia. Do you think that? I don't know.
Well, I can tell you what, if they had a tournament of dominoes, I know who would win. I would. I would get my gold medal, and then I played mixed competition with my brothers.
Are they not? Tell me I'm wrong. Are they doing flag football in the next Olympics?
I think so. And there are a couple of other Olympics that they brought out. Okay, my thing is, no disrespect to dancers, but if you're bringing in break dancing, where's ballet, right? Where is, do the ballroom, bring, if you're doing
Cute
that,
stuff.
spades.
That's what they should bring up when they because is it in LA this coming? Is it LA 2028 or something?
Yes.
Well, I don't know necessarily there, but like country music. They should do because that's I think that's pretty difficult to dance.
They should bring spades.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'd be screaming at my partners, Jason, what are you doing?
I would be totally.
Pay attention. Why are you playing a spade on my ace of diamond? We're not gonna make our books.
They're bringing America. They might as well bring over craps and also blackjack.
Oh yeah, they
I mean,
should.
Hands down, I'd be like trying out for this.
Yeah. It should be interesting. But they always said they couldn't do football, at least American football. Too many injuries. Bianca, you know what song is in my head now and I can't get it out?
Which one?
Back Down Memory Lane.
And you're on our back.
Yes.
My client now wants to talk to Mr. Porter, not me. I don't see Mr. Porter here, so I could be missing.
Okay.
Just here.
He'll be right back.
I think he walked in the back. Oh, he said conference. I think it's.
Yes. Hi, we have students here. Hello. Come forward. No.
Good morning.
Good morning. You all are from Fox Tech.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the school mascot?
Above.
What's the school song?
We don't have one. I don't know how to have it in years.
Okay, so you all then need to take the initiative and write a school song. I still remember every school song. Elementary school, we're street for school, we love thee so, we're singing the praises wherever we go.
I don't even think they know their passion.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't recite any of the songs we made from like elementary.
my gosh.
I stopped like singing them and listening to them like past fifth, sixth grade.
You taught us how to read, draw, and draw and
That's
spell, and other things to help us excel. We always remember and cherish thee and sing thy praises eternally. So, yeah. I remember my high school song. So that's what you all could do. You all could just write a song for your school. And I don't know who wrote the song for West Report or Booker T. Washington or Janice Clark, but so I don't know if it would be plagiarism if you stole some of their lines or not, but you could put your stamp on it and your name will be forever be in history as the students who wrote the song for Fox Tech.
I'm sure they had one because back when I was in school, they had the Chili Bowl, which was Lanier versus Fox Tech, and I know they had a fight song.
Yeah, we had a fight song. It's just been years since I was doing this.
You know what? I'm gonna see if Google gives me something about Fox Tech's song. Let me see. You all should be ashamed. Hail to Tech School, trustworthy, true. Our strength, our faith, we pledge to you. Teach us the courage of the brave and just, import the wisdom to fulfill your trust.
I have not heard that at all.
Oh my gosh.
That-
Yeah,
That's the one from Chili Bowl.
that's your school song.
That was from Chili Bowl though. Chili Bowl was like a few decades ago. We haven't had a football. Oh, sorry, but we haven't had a football team in a while. So
And you have a fight song side by side onto victory. So all the world will know we're proud as can be
Yeah, that's
of the red and white. And we will never stop. Fight, fight, red, white, fight. But yeah, you guys do have a school song. Long may your light a beacon be, guiding to service, love, and loyalty. All that we build today, let men appraise. To you the glory through endless days. Learn your school. You know, I don't want to talk to them until they learn their school song. So how are you guys doing? Oh, I'm doing great. It's Friday. You gotta be excited. It's Friday and you guys are not in school. So that's, sort of like a field trip. Gotta love field trips.
We're off on Monday.
yeah, we're off on Monday.
Oh, wow.
Next week's our last week.
He was gonna show up. I will tell you, they used to do this thing. I don't know if they still do it in high school, where you have a free day, the last day or whatever. I still went to school and we just
Senior
played games.
skip day?
Yeah, I didn't do skip day.
No, neither did
I was like terrified of skip day. I'm like, but I've never missed a day in school. So my understanding, you guys have something for me?
yes, ma'am.
The coalition, but yeah.
I will step down.
Oh, they are. We just handed the one.
Thank you very much.
Judge Boyd actually was the attorney for the felony drug court. She knows all about specialty court.
Yes, I'm like, oh, this is close.
I was trying to see which poisons delves into which specific cases. She said we were coming to, what was it, domestic violence, right?
No, that's the court that I'm in now, the Judge Boyd.
I was kind of looking forward to going to Texas.
This one's fun.
Or dealing with like.
Oh, we have, that's what we do there.
Yeah.
And those are our prosecutors, Megan, Andrew, Jason, probation, Bianca. Defense attorneys are here.
Is it okay to ask about what your case was that you were in, or?
Oh, that was just a case where it was a family violence case. And I always like for people who stand before me to know why I'm making certain beliefs so they don't just think I'm just sending you to prison for no reason because I'm having a bad day or something. But right now we have drug cases on the job. Inmates. So what ends up happening is people can't make their bond. They're in custody and then they're brought over from the jail. And so signifies their general population. If they're in red, that's admin segregation, usually it's organic or high profile cases that are on the jail. The women are usually in blue, that's general. If they're pregnant, it's usually yellow or yellow with white stripes. And usually with their no white stripes, that's the type of people they're gonna transport. They do that a lot, the pregnant women can't be cuffed behind her back. And then they can be in rape because they have females who are gang members or alleged to be gang members. And 144. The people in jail, why, they're usually trustees at the church, so they're allowed to work, they don't have any or history, that is violent history.
So they was probably doing more like they're
Escaping, causing fights, yeah. And then this is Cindy, our court reporter. And you know what, let me give you guys something, if you're thinking about,
Court reporting is a great field to
Yes.
get into, and they're in dire need of that.
all right, I only have 40 here, but you guys can make comments, and if you'll make sure you give it to your students.
I can make copies for them.
Okay, awesome.
You
And-
want these and then
Oh,
I'll
sure,
make copies
thanks.
for you.
So, and then this is Deputy Laura, Deputy McKeon. They're like on high alert because we're blocking their view of the people in the box. And they're supposed to be in charge of security, and they can't see. And clerks, coordinator. Yeah, any other questions?
how many cases would you say you go through a day? Or
Oh, we barely do any cases, maybe 2 a day.
How many different trials do you go through?
We barely are in trial.
Every week I have the calendar.
Every week.
I have a calendar right here, I have that.
And we usually have large dockets. This docket is a holdover from yesterday because we were in jury trial and some of the cases didn't get completed, so we're doing it today.
And you can watch judges.
Yeah.
Almost everybody in the court. And you'll see.
How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. We have 3 students from Fox Tech Law Program. I know another group just came in here, but if you have a time to talk to them for a little bit.
Fox Tech.
Okay, yes.
Come on down, Fox Tech. Attorneys, we have Fox Tech in the house. Okay, I'm gonna give them the quiz that I gave the other students. Okay. What is your school song?
Yeah, do we have one?
Okay, that's what the last group said. Do we have one?
Have one.
And you know what I said? Oh my gosh, I have for all my school songs. Let me go. You guys have a school song and you have a fight song.
Oh, the fight song, I know.
You know the fight song?
I don't know this fight. Oh, thank you.
All right, the school song is Hail to Tech School, trustworthy, true, our strength, our faith, we pledge to you. Teach us the courage of the brave and just, impart the wisdom to fulfill your trust. Long may your light a beacon be, guiding to service, love, and loyalty. All that we build today, let men appraise, to you the glory through endless days.
There's something new, thank you.
You're welcome. So what's your fight song?
What's that one?
That's the one person who knows it.
It's like fight, like it keeps going with that. I don't know, we don't like have school pride like that. Yes, not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Ah, so are you all thinking about becoming attorneys? What are you guys thinking about?
I actually want to be a court reporter.
Oh, see, you got the court reporter slip.
Yes, ma'am. I'm already enrolled in the ADC program. Judge Torres Law actually connected me with her court reporter, so they signed me up, and now I'm doing that 45-day program.
Awesome. So what are you interested in?
I want to study social work.
Okay, awesome. You know what, if you want to do social work, when you say social work, what type of social work?
I'm not exactly sure yet. I just know that like in between two, but family court is a little bit on the sensitive side, so possibly.
All right, so if you can, there is, maybe you can take her over to CPS court with Judge Kimberly Burley. And you can sit in her court, get a chance to see what the social workers are doing over there. And if you would like to, just let me know and I'll send an email and everything and they'll be happy to have you.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And what are you thinking of doing?
I want to be an environmental lawyer.
Ah, well, I would say that is fantastic. And see, you're like, oh my gosh, she doesn't know anybody in environmental law. Technically, I don't, but one of my classmates, she was Navajo, and so now she's working with water rights in Arizona. So I don't know if you want to do environmental law here or if you want to go somewhere else.
I just like the idea of like, I guess like saving the world. I don't know.
Okay, well, no, that's good. We need people to save the world. But if you're thinking about environmental law, you really need to find the law school that's going to gear you towards that. When you go to law school, people think, oh, I'm going to law school and I'm allowed to specialize in this and specialize in that. No, they teach you to be a Jack or Jane of all trades. And usually with environmental law, at least at St. Mary's, when I went, they only had like maybe one environmental law class.
Yeah, I just know it's not that common, and you know, I just have interest in that, and I don't know, I care about the
Well,
planet
I
and
will
stuff.
tell you, if you go to any law school in Arizona, they will have a lot of environmental law because they deal with different reservations, that type of thing. So just Google and look, let the fingers do the walking on the keyboard.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, you just had to go to Barnes and Noble and buy a book on the guide to law school, so. But if you guys ever need anything, do not hesitate to stop by. We have prosecutors here. And some of them are claiming they don't have fight songs or school songs. I know they do. Every school had a school song. And then we have defense attorneys here. We have inmates here. The deputy is here. Did Deputy Mahina step out?
He'll be right back.
All right. And then we have the coordinator and the clerks. Forget anybody. And if you guys would ever like a tour, I'm so sorry, wait a minute. If you guys would ever like a tour of the Bear County Jail, just let me know and I'll make arrangements, because I do believe if you are going to practice law, whatever you may practice, you may decide, I really don't like environmental law once I
Yeah,
got
maybe
into
once I
it.
get in there and I don't see there's that much there, maybe I want to switch it up.
Yeah, so if you decide to do criminal defense or work as a prosecutor, then sometimes your clients are going to be in custody. All right, so Deputy